Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining. Now we're going to talk about white tea. What is white tea? Well, we're going to talk about it in a way that will hopefully give you some insights and help your team speak intelligently when they're asked that question, right? Well, what is white tea? When your guests come and they ask. So we're going to give you a little bit of background on white tea. So as we discovered in the welcome video, we talked about how white and green, oolong, black, pu'er, all come from the same evergreen shrub called Camellia sinensis. In order for it to be called a white tea, it has to come from one province in the world, and that province is called Fujian Province, China. Now there's three major grades of white tea. There's Baihao Yinzhen, Bai Mudan, and Shomi. We're not going to show you Shomi today, and that's because at Art of Tea we believe that is the lowest grade of white tea, and as we tend to source and look for the most premium and most sought after teas in the world, we don't source Shomi. But what we do, and what we're going to talk about today, are these two grades. Again, Baihao Yinzhen, also known as silver needle, and Bai Mudan, which is also known as white peony. So the first is silver needle. So why is it called silver needle? Well, the first is because if you take a look at it, it's in these beautiful needle type shapes. And you can see by looking at it that this beautiful shape also has this awesome, very soft down covering on the outside of the leaf. And what tends to happen is as you steep white tea, that down covering pops off, and that down covering is called Hao, H-A-O. It's transliterated. And there's tons of research that shows that there's lots of antioxidants packed within that Hao. And it's what gives it that smooth complexity that you end up getting from the white tea as well. So this is the most sought after white tea within its own category. And there's some pretty awesome stuff that happens. So the first is that when you steep it, the leaves actually stand straight up. They sort of defy gravity and move like seaweed in your cup or in your pot. The second is that this tea was actually once reserved for emperors. So legend has it that there was a very restricted garden within Fujian Province, China, where it was handpicked by women virgins with white gloves. And that's what was reserved for the emperor. So just think about how awesome it is that here we are living in this society today, able to enjoy something that was once reserved for emperors. It's pretty mind-blowing and definitely worth trying and enjoying. The flavor profile of white tea is very mild. There's ways of getting a bit more sweetness out of it, and we can talk about that in another video. But as far as the body and the texture of white tea, that's one thing that you should expect, as well as some slightly vegetal, slightly grassy type notes, but definitely you want some of that the honeyness to come out of the leaf as well. Second grade is white peony, and it's leaves and buds mixed together. So what is a bud? Well, if you take a look at the bud in the dry state, what it is it's a leaf within a leaf within a leaf. So it's sort of this continuum. And so they have to be harvested very quickly, only for about 7 to 10 days out of the year. That's when these leaves are actually harvested. And if they don't pick them, then they quickly move from bud state to leaf state. So harvested in the spring, only 7 to 10 days out of the year, hand harvested by women. Why? Because women have a more delicate touch. They're able to go in without actually bruising the leaves, and then they're very quickly dried afterwards. So there's no processing when it comes to white tea. It's picked, it's dried, that's it. So white tea, it's picked, it's dried. The silver needle, again, if we were to look at it after it's steeped, it would have more of a greenish hue. It would lose that soft down covering on it. White peony is the leaf that's been fully realized, fully open, and buds mixed together, oftentimes still attached. And then you can blend with both. We prefer in some blends to work with silver needle and some white peony, like in our rose lavender blend that we call Tuscany. And in some cases, just blending with the white peony, like our butterscotch and lots of other really yummy teas. So That's a snippet, that's a snapshot on white tea. I hope that this plants a seed in helping you to enjoy and discover many more beautiful teas to come. Thank you.